All right, welcome to the Sharp Mind Show, episode 84. I'm Nate, the Fit Future MD, your host. Be sure to shop at Instacell.com and pick you up a cool, inspirational t shirt today. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with somebody that needs it. We appreciate your support. All right, so I don't know who stayed up late and watched Thursday night football, but the Lions defeat the Cowboys 44-30 behind three touchdowns from Jamar Gibbs, 300 yards passing from Jared Goff, and so many turnovers from the Dallas Cowboys that, uh, you know, there was no chance really for them to win. Even though they still only lost by two scores, right? So basically, has the Dallas Cowboys ended their run for the playoffs? The answer is no, they haven't ended their run. Say we can look at their schedule, their remaining schedule, and see how many tough teams they got left. But I know they'll probably have the Eagles again. No, they played the Eagles twice already. Yeah, they played the Eagles twice already. So they're gonna have the Vikings. That'll be a dub. Chargers probably lose, and then they got two with the Commanders. So you're looking at seven. You're looking at 9-7-1 as my prediction for the Cowboys. I don't think that's going to be enough to get them in. But if they happen to pick up that dub versus the Chargers, 10-6, possibly could get them in, right? But the simple fact is, you can't turn the ball over like this. Like you got two interceptions from Dak, uh, two interceptions from Dak. You got fumbled by You got a fumble by Dak, got a fumble by George Pickens, fumble by Jake Ferguson. Let's say they only lost one fumble, so that's three turnovers, right? And that's basically the difference in the game is those turnovers, right? A lot of people are giving George Pickens a hard time for his lackluster game here. Um, Basically, he got 9 targets, only 5 catches this time. Had a not as good of a game as he's been having. Um, but every play that I saw, he was double coverage. So CD Lamb needed to pick that up. He got 6 receptions, 121 yards. Uh, Ryan Florney got 9 receptions, 115 yards. So a couple guys picked up the slack there, but you got to really give it to the Detroit Lions defense here. Causing all those turnovers. Jared Goff threw for 300 yards and a touchdown, and then Jamar Gibbs really didn't have that big of a game. If you really look at the stats, he got 12 carries for 43 yards. I mean, that's nothing. But his receptions out of the backfield, 7 receptions, 77 yards, like that's a big deal. So uh, so he got over 100 there. But as far as rushing the ball, like, the Dallas Cowboys basically, stopped the run for the most part. So let me know what you guys think about the Dallas Cowboys. Do they still have what it takes to make the playoffs, or is this the end for the Dallas Cowboys? Obviously, Detroit Lions are 8-5 here. I think they're still first in that division. So I think they're sitting pretty good at 8-5. We can look at their remaining schedule, and it's probably against. Let's see. So they play the Rams. That could be a good game. They play the Steelers. That could be a good game. And then they got the Vikings and the Bears. Bears at the end. And I think the Bears are actually in the first in that division right now. But so they still got a tough schedule. The Lions got a tough schedule left. They could be looking at a 10-7. Yeah, so they're third. So Green Bay's above them too. So, they could be looking for the wild card here. as it comes. Can't So what do the playoffs look like for the Detroit Lions? Let me know in the comments below. All right, this episode is brought to you by Dylan and Davina. The Adventure Begins, which is my wife's children's book. Check out Dylan and Davina. The Adventure Begins, available on Amazon. Written by best-selling Amazon author Meredith Dillon Johnson, which is my beautiful wife. So if you've got nieces, nephews, or children of your own, be sure to check out Dylan and Davina. The Adventure Begins. All right. All right, Sharp Mind Show. Next three topics are going to be about money, right? Because sharp minds aren't poor. Sharp minds do what it takes to get rich here. So Trump's 401k orders let you bet on crypto. Should you do it? And the short answer is yes, of course. So we can, I consider cryptocurrency to be the same thing as if you were buying gold, silver, or anything that's a commodity, right? So if you have a portfolio that's 100%, you would allow 5% to go into commodities. So, say you're going to split that, between gold, silver, Bitcoin, platinum, copper, whatever, so you would take that 5% and you would divide it by, whatever the 8 commodities you're going to divide it into. And so that would be it, right? Obviously, there is a crypto ETF now. It's down pretty big right now because crypto's down. So, no, not financial advice, but could be a good time to buy, right? So, but basically, pretty much when it comes to the stock market, Trump has given, several gifts just this year, right? Like, um, putting a huge tariff on China, making the stock market drop out, giving you a buying opportunity as a retail investor. A lot of people have really uh, lucked out this year as far as that goes. But so there's people out there that have their entire portfolio in crypto, and that's a very dangerous game to play. And mostly because right now crypto has no intrinsic value. Crypto just has value based on the perception that it could become the permanent currency. Like I say, what I think is going to happen is I think that the U.S. government and the Federal Reserve will come up with their own cryptocurrency. Um, and honestly, I think crypto might be something that is easily hackable when you start talking about AI and stuff like that, right? So eventually, I think it's just going to be like different AIs fighting against each other, trying to hack each other, right? Like, so, you know, I think that could be possible, but that's like a conspiracy theory down the road. But basically, you treat crypto like it's a commodity. So now being able to put it in your 401k is great because you can buy it and not get taxed on the money, right? So that's a good thing, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about being able to buy crypto in your 401k. All right, moving on. So back in 2021, I identified Warner Brothers Discovery as a potential value investment, right? So back in 2021, let's see. Back in 2021, Warner Brothers Discovery was valued at all the way up to $77, right? And then when I looked at it in 2021, it was sitting about where it's at now, which is about $24. And then it ran all the way down in 2023 to $9.06, right? Or a low of $8.82. Obviously, if you had got it in the $10 mark, you would have doubled up. So this is what I preach as a life coach, right? So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an S&P 500 stock that is down on its luck, that could potentially go back up to where it was at, right? So it's high of 77. It might not go down that far, right? But you're sitting there looking at it at $9, $10. You throw $1,000 in it, and it pops back up to 24. You've doubled your money, right? Tripled your money almost. So you're talking about turning 1,000 into 2,500. How many people every year would benefit from having an extra $1,500? Almost everyone, right? And it's not done. It's talk like Warner Brothers Discovery is basically in talks right now to be purchased by other companies, right? Whether that be Netflix, whether that be Paramount, whether that be so Netflix and Paramount are basically fighting over the company right now, trying to break it up. So Paramount getting Warner Brothers Discovery would increase their fight basically against Netflix, right? So whereas Netflix, if Netflix got it, it would basically make Netflix one of the most dominant powers ever, right? So and they're looking at that to be an estimated $28 per share as a buyout. Right now, it's sitting at $24, right? And so if you had purchased this back in 2023, obviously two years ago, at $9, you're looking at tripling your money, triple up, right? And so every year, and this is not financial advice, this is just what I do. So every year, we're taking 15% of our money and investing it, right? We're taking the small portion, put it into commodities, just like I was talking about. But I'm taking, $1,000 a year, and I'm looking for something like a Warner Brothers Discovery, right? I'm looking for a big name company that is down on its luck. That's say because I'm pretty sure they were losing money in 2023. That's why they were sitting at $8.82, right? And take that $1,000 and you hold that company. If you lose $1,000, guess what? You were going to spend that on cigarettes and alcohol anyway, right? It's not going to hurt you to lose the $1,000 if that company went to zero, but it's not going to go to zero because it's going to get bought out. That's what's happening now, right? And so you got to triple up from right now it's a triple up from the 882, right, at 2454. So, but this is what I'm looking for. It's what's called value investing, right? I'm looking for a company that's down on its luck for whatever reason and can come back to where it was or be bought out for a higher price, right? So it's like even the example of Twitter when Elon bought it and took it private, right? Um, he bought it for like $44 a share. It was sitting at like $24 a share. He overpaid to buy it out and make it go public, right? So keep that in mind. That's the kind of thing you're looking for as a regular retail investor, right? So many people are pungent on the big names, right? They want to buy the Amazon, they want to buy the Apple, they want to buy the Google. When you want to buy low and sell high, you don't want to buy high and sell low, right? So yes, Amazon, Apple, and Google are going to be dominant for years to come, but there's always somebody that could disrupt them, right? So um, you might be buying in the middle and it's still going up, but I'm looking for that one stock. Like I say, everything's diversified except for that one stock a year, maybe two stocks a year, like a Warner Brothers Discovery, where you can triple up, where you could 1,000x, right? So then I'll talk about the next stock here and say, but let me know what you guys think about the Warner Brothers Discovery potential merger with either Paramount or Netflix. Which one will be better for society? Let me know what you guys think. All right, so the next one I'm going to talk about is OKLO. And if I talk about OKLO, right, OKLO at the beginning of the year was sitting at $20.07. Now it's sitting at $111.65. up 448%, almost 449% on the year. Now, as I was talking about yesterday, the problem with artificial intelligence is power, right? And OKLO, being a nuclear stock, um, is one of those solutions to the power problem. Currently, they have a lack of revenue and they have regulatory concerns, obviously, in the nuclear sector because you're working with nuclear power, right? Um, I'm saying they're going to have competition and stuff like that, right? But I mean, you're talking about this thing got all the way up to $174 back in October, right? So um, it's pulled back already and giving you a buying opportunity, right? So, but this is another thing that I'm talking about, right? This was just this year, right? So you identify a sector is going up, right? AI and chips and all that kind of stuff is going up. Like, yeah, it was great to get the run up in videos, great to get the run up um, in Microsoft and all the open AI stuff. And but you have to see that there are, when you have a gold rush, you look for the shovel. OKLO would be the shovel, right? OKLO would be the way that AI powers itself, right? So in this year, it's literally gone from $20 to $174, right? Which is just insanity, right? So keep that in mind, and it's probably not done yet because it's not even making money yet, right? So this thing may be $400 or $500 by the time they're making money in 5 years. So imagine you put that $1,000 that we talk about every year into something like this, right? And you're already up $4,000 or $5,000. And so, as a regular person, an extra 4 or 5 grand, and you do that every year, it's a no brainer for me. So, like I say, not financial advice. It's just a no brainer for me. It's what I'm looking for as a retail investor. Um, so let me know what you guys think about OKLO. Is OKLO done? Or is this just a pullback and it's going to keep running along with the AI run? Or when it becomes actually, when it actually starts making money, we're talking about $1,000 stock there, another 10x, all over the $100, right? So keep that in mind. All right. The last thing today is obviously the quote of the day. That's right. We're giving you 5 topics today. Woo! Yay. Obviously, because we're going into the weekend. No Panthers this weekend. So, but last thing of the day is the quote of the day, and it says purpose over popularity, right? And so this is an actual thing that I live by, right? Purpose over popularity. It might be the next t-shirt or next hoodie that I do because obviously, what am I here teaching you? I'm here teaching you that even as a regular person, you can do things that can improve your life. Simple things like finding a Warner Brother Discovery, finding an OKLO, right? Finding the next one, right? And so that is my purpose, right? My purpose is to help you find that kind of stuff as a life coach. So if you're interested in life coaching, be sure to hit that up. Hit me up in the DM for that, and let's get talking, and let's get you signed up for life coaching. Um, but that's my purpose. My purpose is to help normal people improve their life. 100% chance that I will do that if you sign up for life coaching. So if you're having a hard time, or if you're having a good time and want to even make it better, let's do that. Let's get you signed up for life coaching. But basically, purpose over popularity, right? So I'm not in here doing the entertainment topics necessarily. I do them every once in a while, like Jack Nicklaus smiled at 88 or something, the entertainment stuff. But I'm actually here to help people, right? So that's my purpose, right? And I'm not exactly getting popular doing it. I might have 300 followers total, period. And maybe 2 of them or 3 of them actually watch my stuff, but hopefully I'm helping those people, right? And hopefully you'll find your Warner Brothers Discovery. Hopefully you'll find your OKLO, and you'll make an extra $3,000 a year. You'll make an extra $10,000 a year by doing this kind of stuff, right? So that's what I hope for you. I'm Nate, and I'm a life coach. Be sure to sign up for life coaching if you're interested. Shop at InstaSale.com. Pick you up a cool inspirational t-shirt today. Check out my wife's book, Dylan and Davina, The Adventure Begins. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with somebody that needs it. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about these things today, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.